Yo, what's up, guys? So you might be wondering, where have I been? Well, this video is going to tell you exactly what's been happening. And first off, I just want to appreciate, look at these. It's like a restoration, that's what they call it. I think it's like they're planting trees to kind of make the forest more full again, which is low-key a dub if you think about it. But yeah, no. Back to what I was saying. You guys might have seen some videos or posts where I look like I'm like aging tremendously, and well, I'm kind of shaking. Let me sit down. Let me not ruin the plant. Am I sitting on one? I hope not. Yeah, so pretty much what is happening is that you guys might have seen that I may have started to look worse, or that my physique was declining, or that even most notably, I think a lot of people pointed out, was that my face fat was getting kind of bad, and I looked pretty old. I don't know. I heard that one time, and I'm kind of here to explain everything that's been happening in my life. So pretty much, we're gonna get things started. The main issue started happening around November, October, after I graduated high school, and I started to get these symptoms of really bad mental health, like poor mental health, and I was starting to get into like a really dark place, like almost a depressive state. And at first I thought, okay, maybe it's my mental health, let me improve it. So I spent weeks, months researching, watching YouTube videos, trying to figure out what the issue was. And I did everything I could from what I can tell, and the symptoms didn't seem to be getting better. So I started to question, hey, does this even work? Is it possible to get better? And I thought, oh, maybe everyone is just like this. This is just life outside of high school. Because for those who don't know, I took a gap year, and I'm currently in that right now. Yeah, I got into a really dark place, and my brain would start saying those things, and I'm like, whoa, no, don't say that, right? And even now, I feel kind of uncomfortable talking about it. But I feel like I need to talk about it because I don't think it's talked about enough in our life. And I've always been the type of person to do things first and try to lead by example. But it brought me down that point, and I didn't know how to fix it. And at the same time, my physique started declining. Maybe I'll put up some photos here. But my whole physical and mental health just started going downhill. And I was like, what's wrong with me, right? But I didn't think anything of it because I'm a huge advocate of not going to the doctors for a lot of things. And maybe that was a mistake. Then I remember I was talking to one of my teachers who I still knew, and I told him about my issue. So pretty much the first thing I wanted to do was fix my tongue tie. If you don't know what a tongue tie is, pretty much there's like this band that holds your tongue together, and normally it's really thin because it's cut when you're born. But when I was born, it never got cut because obviously not obviously, but I was born in a different country, so they didn't have the technology or knowledge of this type of stuff. For them, it was just survive, right? But mine wasn't seen as a big deal. And as I got older, it started to affect my speech. And even now, I don't know if you can tell, but I'm able to speak a lot better in my videos without having to pause or cut, because now my tongue can move more freely. See? But yeah. And yeah, I just appreciate nature for a second. Look how nice that looks. I didn't realize how nice my camera looked here. But yeah, you don't mind if I record, right? Okay. Yeah. They started planting like trees here now. It looks really nice. Yeah. Thank you. Well, yeah, so I went for that, and pretty much they told me to get my blood work tested, and around this time I'd gained a lot of weight. So my doctor got my blood tested, and they also got an ECG, which is pretty much your heart. It just makes sure that your heart is healthy, because I had to go into surgery for this. Maybe I'll put up like a photo here. Really embarrassing photo, but yeah, who cares? But once I did that, I got the results back, and my doctor called me, and I was like, okay, it's kind of weird. I thought I was healthy, and she was like, oh, you have a double heartbeat. And I'm like, double heartbeat, what the heck? And this isn't like that much of a big deal, but then I told her, oh, maybe it's because of my weight gain and everything that I had this double heartbeat. And she said probably not. But since I had gained 30 to 40 pounds, she thought, okay, maybe it's a good idea to check your thyroid. And I was like, okay, check my thyroid. And we started, well, no, the test, I went and got the blood work done. And then I waited and I waited. And then my doctor calls me and tells me, yo, bro, that was a long time. I had to move places because it was getting too noisy there. And I think people were trying to play volleyball. But it's fine, we're in a better place now. It looks cool as well. And this camera looks pretty nice. Yeah, so my doctor calls me and tells me, yo, your thyroid is underactive. And like most people, I'm like, what the hell? Like, what does that mean, you know? Like they don't teach you that because obviously it's not important unless you have it. But pretty much it's something here where it sends signals to your body to work properly, right? And if that's not working, then your body focuses on only keeping you alive. Because the thyroid is actually the part of the body that also stimulates happiness and well-being. But if that doesn't work, no matter what you try or what you do, it doesn't help. And me, I've always been pretty active. I've always been pretty healthy. And then even recently, I started to learn more about mental health and how to be happy. But none of it was working. And I thought, is there something wrong with me? But because of the knowledge that I gained now, I realized, oh, so maybe it's not me. Maybe it's something to do with my body itself. And that's something I couldn't control, which is funny because all my life, I've always been an advocate of, yo, everything's in your control. You gotta work hard. You gotta do this. You gotta do that. But this opened my eyes and kind of gave me a lesson that there are certain things for people that they can't control, and you can't judge people on these things because you don't know what everyone's going through. But I'm getting off track. So she texts me, she calls me. No, my doctor's not texting me. She calls me and tells me, okay, we're gonna need another blood work done, but she's gonna go more into specifics in the blood stuff that she needs. Yeah, let's call it that. So I go again, I get my blood work done. 2 weeks later, I get a call, and she tells me, okay, so your T3 and T4 are normal, which are like not really important to like talk about, but those are just like how your thyroid works. But she tells me your TSH she tells me my TSH is 2,000. Now, that doesn't sound like, okay, 2,000, what does that mean? Let me tell you something. A regular TH level is between 0.4, yeah, you heard me, 0.4 and 6 or 5, around there, 6 or 5. Mine was in the 2,000s, dog. No wonder I felt so sad and depressed, bro. My body was essentially screaming at the rest of my brain was essentially screaming at the rest of my body to work. So, you know what? It got me happy, but also sad at the same time. I'm like, damn, I didn't figure out this sooner. But I was pretty happy because I'm like, maybe I'm not a fat, lazy bitch, you know? But, like, maybe it's just a medical issue. So I got pretty happy like, when I heard about it. And so she started putting me on the medication, which is why you can see now, compared to my older videos, my body is now using the weight that I gained. So I forgot to mention, I went from 125 from June, I think, which was end of high school, to now I'm sitting at a good 165. And I mean, it definitely helped. Like I'm definitely wider now, and you'll see once I upload some progress photos. But it's gonna be a lot better now. And even now, it's a beautiful day, and I can actually enjoy that now, which I wasn't able to before because my body was essentially shut down. In a good way to put it. And that completely stopped me from enjoying anything or having any real progress. I started putting on weight. I started getting really sad. I started to not really enjoy things. It was almost like a depressive state, but it wasn't because of my mental health, because I had worked on that, and I had read books, and even now I'm still working on it, and I'm watching videos. But knowing that I had hypothyroidism, which is the term for it when they say underactive thyroid, hypothyroidism, really put things into perspective for me, because I realized, oh, there are some things you actually can't deal with unless you go to a doctor. So that's one. And then two, like, for the good news actually, is that I got the medication now, and it's been 3 weeks only, and I can already start seeing changes in my face. Maybe you guys can see it. Okay, if I go that close I look kind of fat, but from a distance, look at my face. You know, like, before and after is pretty good. And then my teeth, you know, I'm looking good. And my hair, I realized, and like another issue, I used to always wonder, like, why my hair was so trash, because it used to be really good. But then I realized it's because of my hypothyroidism again. So my hair is now way nicer now. It's much more healthier looking, and I don't do anything to it. I just shampoo and conditioner, which I could teach you guys, I guess, if you want help with that. Let me know, I guess. But yeah, back to what I was saying, back to my story. So now, I think we're heading to a much better time in my life, and I kind of wanted to make this video to, one, get back on track for YouTube, but also just to let people know, you know, don't judge a book, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know what's going on in people's lives, but I'm guilty of that too. And kind of just wanted to make this video as well to say that you should keep going, because I think maybe it's cliche of me to say right now because I haven't actually done anything, but like, it was a long winter, let me just tell you that. And if I had gone to the doctor sooner about it, it would have actually been better for me. So even if you're a guy like me who thinks, oh, I don't believe in doctors, they're all fat, which most of them are, and they don't actually care, they just want to sell you something. If you've tried everything else, then go give them a visit and see what's up. Maybe it could change your life as well. Because for me, if I hadn't gone to the doctor then, if I hadn't spoken to my teacher about the whole issue, what could have happened? You know? So, yeah, I made this video for that, and I hope you guys can enjoy it. But now we're going to talk about a few things I want to do for myself. So one, I'm going to start going back to the gym, which I already have been doing, but I realized, hey, you know what? Instead of not making a video about it or something, why not maybe inspire some people? Because now I'm technically fat, you know, I'm kind of a fat boy now. But let me try to inspire some people to show them that you can do it. Two, I want to start uploading, but I feel like my old upload schedule was kind of inconsistent because it was too inhumane for me. So, new goal, I'm going to try to upload one video once a week. And if you don't see a video once a week, spam my DMs, okay? I need some accountability too. But yeah, that's going to be my second goal. My third goal is going to be, maybe I want to get 1,000 subscribers by the end of summertime. So let's see if we can do that. And yeah, let me know what you guys think of the camera quality as well. I think it's much nicer now looking at it. But yeah, you know, it looks like we're going on a good trail now. And I mean, I don't really have anything else to say. I mean, look at my dimples, I guess. You know, I'm happy that I can be happy again. I'm smiling. Yeah, that's good. I hope my parents don't see this.